tell about a heaven in Alberta, where they've got all hell for basements. Yeah, I lost my way, but I hear tell about a heaven in Alberta, where they've got all hell for basements.
All right. Hi, everyone. Frankie here, New West Reset. Hello. How's it going, eh? Welcome back. Thank you very much for once again shooting in, joining a fella here for another one, another live stream. New West Reset Live, episode 86 here today on this Sunday, October the 6th, 2024. Just a little bit past 5 p.m. local time here, Mountain Time, as always. Coming at you live, Calgary, here in beautiful southern Alberta. Purdy, Alberta. Another pretty nice day today. A little partly cloudy, a bit. I like to say partly sunny, rather than partly cloudy, but, 17 degrees Celsius, not too bad. Mid to high 60s Fahrenheit-ish. Pretty good. Lovely day today. Just got back from a road trip with Cousin Vinny. We went to check out a little town called High River. About 45 minutes-ish, give or take, south of Calgary here. The little boots on the ground video down there, so that's going to be coming up here in the next couple of weeks. Keep your peepers peeled right here on the channel for that. I'll probably put it up as a premiere Friday, boots on the ground, so we can have a little chat in the side while we're watching. Speaking of chat, hello to everybody in the chat, in the box. Say hi. Let me know how you're doing. Great to see all of you. Thanks for winding down your weekend here with yours truly on this Sunday evening, afternoon, night. Maybe Monday morning for you. But either way, around here, it's Sunday Fun Day. So we got Hippie Shake is here. Hippie Shake in the box. Hello, Hippie. Howdy. Good to see you. Kathy Childers is here as well. Hiya, Kathy. Martin, hello, evening all, evening Martin. Turtle, hey everybody, Turtle's here. Good to see you, Turtle. Hello. So thanks for joining me here on this Sunday. As mentioned, it's October the 6th already. Wowee. So on this show, we're going to be looking at the photographs of James Valentine. I was not familiar with this fella. I'd never heard of him. This was brought to my attention and sent to me courtesy of our friend here in the channel, George Prokopenko. So we're going to have a look at James Valentine, see what's going on with him, and then we're going to, the usual. We'll take a mid-show break, give you a sneak peek at your upcoming midweek vintage footage, and then when we come back, we'll look at said photos themselves taken by this James fella. But before we do all that, and before I get ahead of myself, if you haven't already, please consider giving a guy one of these, or one of these. It's fine. I'll be okay. But, it just helps to push me out into the into the thing as we make our way to 2,000 subscribers here on the channel. Thank you very much, everybody, for all of your support. A lot of new friends and faces and names that seeing here on the channel. So welcome and thanks for joining in on the shenanigans. Jabru Joe is here. yeah, well, that was pretty early in the morning there this past Friday for some folks, or really, really late at night, whatever the case may be. But yes, thanks for joining me on a little bit more of a manageable time. So as per usual, everything that we're going to be looking at here for the show, links will be down below in the description down there. We're going to look at some Wikipedia nonsense, of course. And then we shall look at the photographs of this fella. And speaking of links, all the guys' socials are down there as well. Email and whatnot, so if you want to get a hold of a guy. As well as BitChute and MeWe. And welcome to everybody on HooTubes and on the Bumble. That green fighting platform. Broadcasting simultaneously live as per usual. So links for that there as well. And my location map. And hey, if you want to make a donation to a guy, thank you very much. There's a link for PayPal. It's down there as well. Yes, thank you very much, Shippy. Appreciate it. PCS World in the box. Hello. Thanks for shooting in. Thanks for joining me here. Literally almost just walked in the door like 5 minutes before going live from the road trip today. Had a nice trip with Cousin Vinny down to High River. Checked out a couple old world buildings that very suspicious looking. Checked out an old train station, an old school. So as mentioned, that'll be coming up here in the weeks to follow. Still watching the Packer game, the Green Bay, huh? I'm kind of a Kansas City Chiefs guy myself. The Chiefs. Gotta love the Chiefs. Hello, Marit, hidden at plain sight in the box. Hello. Good to see you. So I hope everybody's doing well, enjoying their weekend, or have enjoyed their weekend as we wind things down. I had a hell of a week this past week at work. Whew, I could not wait for today to roll around. Spend a little time with you folks, my favorite people. Haven't missed a game since the 80s. Well, there you go. See, that's a fan. That is a fan right there. You got to support the team. Got to support the team. Win or lose, got to support the team. You don't want to be a fair weather fan. Oh, shenanigans. Yeah, for sure. Well, I like throwing out the shenanigans and the schmutz. Yes, the schmutz. I don't even know where I got that word, schmutz. I mean, I know what it means. It kind of means like dirt, like, crud. Like, you got a little schmutz on your shirt collar there. Let me get that for you. There you go. Now you're good. So yeah, made it back here just in time for the show. A couple of minutes to spare. Cousin Vinny driving like Mario Andretti or Emerson Fittipaldi, AJ Foyt. One of them race car driver fellers. But that's fine. Cousin Vinny's a good driver. I didn't feel nervous. Felt totally safe in the passenger seat. But made it home with a couple of minutes to spare. 5 minutes to spare, actually. So got a little close. But it was such a nice day, and we always have a good time on these road trips. So, it is what it is. Anyway, thank you again, once again, everybody, for joining me here. Appreciate it. Kimmy's here. Hello. Welcome. So as mentioned, we're going to be looking at the photographs of James Valentine. And most of these photographs are taken between the years 1860 and 1879. So going back a ways here on the age of some of these, which is kind of nice. And geez, I can't even remember. There's dozens of photos on this website that George was kind enough to send my way. I can't even begin to guess how many photographs. Like I said, dozens. So before we get into it here, as a reminder, or if you're new here to the channel, every Sunday, do the live show. Every Wednesday, vintage footage video. So you'll get a sneak peek of that here later on today in the show. And then Friday, boots on the ground. Generally here in Calgary, although sometimes, like today, a guy will venture on a little road trip, visit some little prairie towns nearby, or recently went up to the capital city here in Alberta, up in Edmonton. Checked it out up there. You guys are really butchering the spelling of schmutz. I'm not sure where Schmitz is coming from. Oh, man. Bless you. There it is. Schmutz. Like I said, I don't even know where I picked up that word, but there it is. Schmutz. Crud. Dirt. Anyway. Come on, you know how it is. We're just having fun here.
You know what I mean? All right, we're having a good time.
So what else is going on in the channel here? Well, winter is coming, as they would say back on the old Game of Thrones. Winter is coming. The leaves are rapidly falling from the trees. So now when you walk, you get the crunch, crunch, crunch of the leaves under your feet, which I like. The weather's still warm during the day and it cools off at night and, you know, in the evenings and overnight. And in the morning, it's a little frosty. I mean, not frost, but it's a little chilly in the mornings. But, you know, those nice, crisp autumn mornings. Canadian Thanksgiving coming up here. In fact, our Canadian Thanksgiving is October 14th, the Monday this year, which I guess is Columbus Day in the U.S. Is that right? Yeah, Columbus Day in the U.S. is our Thanksgiving up here. I don't get it, but there it is. Hey, Vaughn in the box. Good to see you. Schmutz. Old World Exploration, Chris in the box. Hello. I've had a couple of frosts here. Really already, eh? Well, you're a little bit higher up in the elevation there in the mountains, in the BC mountains. So we had to do it. I think we're probably very close. Probably in the next week or two, we're going to start seeing some frost. What about you, Sage? You got some frost out there in your neck of the woods? Dragon Sage in the box. Old friend, hello, hello. So yeah, pretty soon the snow's going to be falling. It is what it is, you know. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So let's see what other projects are coming up here for the channel coming up here soon. It's kind of sort of, well, boots on the ground back in Calgary here. So your next few video uploads are going to be, you know, old Frankie Fingers. We're just going to be walking around over in Calgary over here, checking out some stuff. It was a great summer for road trips. Went on a few little trips and interesting sights and got some very, very interesting footage in these little towns. And as mentioned, up in Edmonton this past summer. So very, very productive. So if you're on the fence about subscribing to a guy, well, there you go. Maybe take that into consideration. Sage says just starting to cool down in the mornings here. Working outdoors in northern Alberta and minus 60 weather was not fun. Yeah, that would not be fun at all. At all. Yeah, I enjoyed Nanton. It was a very nice little town. Very interesting buildings there in Nanton. Lots to see considering how small it was. High River, very similar, a little bit larger, between 4,000 and 5,000 people, I think, so roughly twice the size. Not quite as much to look at, but they're plagued with the floods there in High River. Big surprise, hence the town name, right? Like you're going to move in from out of country, out of the province, and you're going to move to High River, and then you're going to be surprised that there's flooding. Yeah. Unfortunately, they had a bad one in 1928. And then they've had some, prior to that and after that. Yeah, it's a rough go when you've got two rivers and one creek running through your town. And you get, a bunch of rain and spring runoff from the snow and the glaciers, in the spring there up in the mountains. And it all feeds these lakes and creeks and streams. And they run through your town, through your town. And you're just asking for trouble, I guess. So, High River was pretty nice. So, I'm looking forward to getting that edited and put together for you. In the meantime, we're looking at this James Valentine guy here today. So, again, thank you very much to George Prokopenko, friend of the channel, for emailing me this link. And there's some wonderful photos here. Most of them are going to be in Scotland, although other parts of the UK, there's a few photos from other parts of the UK as well. I think in London most specifically, but not exclusively. So it's going to be very, very interesting. This guy had the eye. Some great shots. So I'm really, really happy that you joined me here today. And let's without further ado, let's get this thing rolling. Hopefully everybody's doing well, enjoyed your weekend, and your weather is, working well for you where you are. So we might as well just start her off here right out of the gates with, let's see what the Wikipedia says about Mr. James Valentine here, shall we? See what's up with this fella. James Valentine, photographer. James Valentine, born June 12th, 1815, passed June 19th, 1879. He was a Scottish photographer. Valentines of Dundee produced Scottish topographical views from the 1860s and later became internationally famous as the producers of picture postcards. So he'd go out and be all snap happy, shutter buggy, and then would process them for, picture postcards and whatnot. Sure, why not? See what it says here for his early life. So he was born on, we got this Dundee, the second of 5 children of John Valentine, a linen weaver. That's a new one. And his wife, Mary. Valentine studied photography at the University of St. Andrews. Where's that? University of St. Andrews. It's in St. Andrews. Sure, that makes sense. Why not? Where he became an acquaintance of Thomas Roger, who probably photographed him around 1850. Probably. We're not sure, but he probably, we'll just hand wave that away, as he probably photographed him in 1850. In fact, it says it right here. James Valentine, circa 1850, portrait likely by Thomas Roger. Okay. So his career, the business Valentine and Sons Limited was founded in Dundee in 1851 by James Valentine. He added portrait photography to the activities of his established Dundee business, which had been based up to 1851 on the engraving, printing, and supply of business stationery. So he was doing greeting cards and business stationery and then expanded into photography and picture postcards, I guess. 1855, he erected one of the largest photographic glass houses in Britain. Didn't take long, eh? 4 years, this guy's just getting off the ground, and then boom. He's got one of the largest photographic glass houses in all of Britain. There it is. There is Cousin Vinny. Thanks again for the lift and for the trip, Vinny. He says, well, that was weird. Dropped off the real Frankie, then listened to YouTube Frankie on the way home. There you go. Old World Mi'kmaq in the box. To see you, my old friend. Kwe Nidap. Hello, hello. So in 1860, this guy decided to emulate the success of George Washington Wilson in Aberdeen by selling topographical view photographs. Who's this guy? George Washington Wilson. He was a pioneering Scottish photographer. In 1849, he began a career as a portrait miniaturist. Switching to portrait photography in 1852. Received a contract to photograph the royal family, working for Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. Oh, hello! We are very impressed and very amused at your photographic skills, Mr. Washington Wilson. So in 1866, Valentine carried out his first royal commission and received the royal warrant in 1867. His organizational and presentational skills were essential in the rapidly expanding and thriving concern, which opened a large printing works at 152 and 154 Perth Road in Dundee. Over there in Scotland, laddie. Aye, he's way over there in Scotland. Personal life. 28th of August, 1837, he married Christina Marshall, daughter of John Marshall, a shoemaker. After giving birth to their third child in 1841, his wife passed May 3rd, 1842, of lung disease. The only son of this marriage, John Valentine, became a pioneer photographer in Hawaii. He just traveled all the way from Scotland to Hawaii in the 1840s, did he? Okay. On the 5th of December, 1843, Valentine married his second wife, Rachel Dobson, in Glasgow. Not much of a mourning period there. 1842 to 1843, the guy didn't waste any time. His son, William Dobson Valentine, took a course in chemistry at the University of London and trained to be a landscape specialist in the studios of Francis Frith at Reigate in Surrey, the largest English publisher of commercial landscape postcards. So he took a course in chemistry, but then it ended up being a landscape postcard guy? Okay. Oh, look at this. Look at this clown. Doing the Sultan lean there in his tuffet. He was an English photographer and businessman. Company founded in 1860 with the initial goal of photographing every town and village in England, quickly became the largest photographic publishers in the world. Well, there you go. Pretty impressive. So he entered the family business in about 1860. About? He was joined in the enterprise by his brother George D. Valentine from 1850 to 1890. So family business there. Not much known about this guy, I guess. Okay. So Valentine views in the 19th century aimed at the national middle and upper class tourist market, with the production of both drawing room albums containing selections of photographs arranged geographically and individual landscape prints. They competed with Francis Frith and George Washington Wilson, who were producing pictures of similar quality. So he basically trains with these guys, associates with these guys, fashions himself after these guys, and then just becomes their direct competition. What a rapscallion. . Landscapes were available in a choice of sizes: cabinet, imperial, and card. Stereoscopic and magic lantern slide views, are also produced. Magic lantern was basically the old-timey projector, but it was like either an oil lantern or even a candle lantern. You put a glass plate negative in and shine it up on the wall. Because, everybody loves your slideshows of your family vacation. Come on, everybody, gather around the magic lantern. Gonna take a look at at Uncle Jimmy's trips through Scotland, I guess. Valentines called themselves photographic publishers and reproduced a great variety of photographic goods as well as the postcards for which they are best known. Subject concentrated on tour sites in Scotland, then to England in 1882, and onto fashionable resorts abroad, including Norway, Jamaica, Tangiers, Morocco, Madeira, and New Zealand, all before 1900, even all the way down to the Kiwis there. The company became very widely known after the Tay Bridge disaster of the 28th of December, 1879, when they were commissioned to photograph the remains of the bridge for the Court of Inquiry. They recorded over 50 high-quality photographs of the debris, and they were used in the court to help witnesses when giving testimony. The pictures were subsequently sold across the country and used in picture postcards. In 2003, they were reanalyzed using digital methods to show how and why the bridge collapsed in such spectacular fashion. That far later on, eh? It's pretty interesting. The enlargements show numerous defects, especially tapered bolt holes on the critical connections holding the tie bars and struts to the cast iron columns. You never taper your holes, everybody. You're just asking for trouble, I guess. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, moving along here. Failure occurred from these brittle cast iron lugs and initiated the disaster. Other defects included lack of strengthening girders on the tops of the piers in the high girder section. It was this part of the bridge which was almost completely demolished during the disaster. The court collection is currently held at Dundee City Library. Another collection of their photographs is held at the University of St. Andrews. So yeah, there you go. Princess Louise and Louise Van de Weyer. I don't know who these ladies are, but yeah, there you go. Some photographs there by James Valentine. There's the Tay Bridge there. And there, I guess that's after it fell. Almost looks to me like it would just be really easy to alter that photo, considering this guy did all of that stuff and all that work to begin with. But hey, who am I to say, right? Packers win, everybody. Green Bay, the Cheeseheads winning another one. Kathy says, I have Valentines in my family tree. Oh. But are they from Scotland? That's a terrible Scottish accent. No offense to anybody. Scottish. If it's near Scottish, it's crap. What else we got here with this this fella? It's James Valentine, photographer. Let's check out this University of St. Andrews real quick here and see. We touched on it briefly, but let's have a look here. University of St. Andrews, abbreviated as St. And, is a public university in St. Andrews, Scotland. It's the oldest of the 4 ancient universities of Scotland, and following the universities of Oxford, Cambridge, and the 3rd oldest university in the English-speaking world, St. Andrews was founded in 1413, when the Avignon Antipope Benedict the XIII, issued a papal bull to a small founding group of Augustinian clergy, along with the universities of Glasgow, Aberdeen, and Edinburgh. St. Andrews was part of the Scottish Enlightenment during the 18th century. There you go. Oh, yes, highly offensive with your Scottish accent there, laddie. St. Andrews is made up of a variety of institutions comprising 3 colleges: United College, a union of St. Salvator's and St. Leonard's colleges, St. Mary's College, and St. Leonard's College. The last named being a non-statutory revival of St. Leonard's as a postgraduate society. There are 18 academic schools organized into 4 faculties. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. There we go. History foundation. In 1410, a group of Augustinian clergy, driven from the University of Paris by the Avignon Schism, and from the universities of Oxford, Cambridge, and the Anglo-Scottish Wars, formed a society of higher learning in St. Andrews, which offered courses of lecture in divinity, logic, philosophy, and law. A charter of privilege was bestowed upon the Society of Masters and Scholars by the Bishop of St. Andrews, Henry Wardlaw, on the 28th of February, 1411 to 1412. Took him a whole year to. That's an awkward sentence, but all right. Wardlaw then successfully petitioned the Avignon Pope Benedict the 13th to grant the school university status by issuing a series of papal bulls, which followed on the 28th of August, 1413. King James I of Scotland, there he is, the glorious ginger himself, confirmed the charter of the university in 1432. Not dragging their heels at all there. Just took them, 19 years or so. Subsequent kings supported the university, with King James V of Scotland confirming privileges of the university in 1532. So yeah, there you go. Whole bunch more to look at that place. It's lovely. During the 17th and 18th centuries, the university had mixed fortunes and was often beset by civil and religious disturbances. In a particularly acute depression in 1747, severe financial problems triggered the dissolution of St. Leonard's College, whose properties and staff were merged into St. Salvator's College to form the United College of St. Salvator and St. Leonard. Throughout this period, student numbers were very low. For instance, when Samuel Johnson visited the university in 1773, the university had fewer than 100 students and was, in his opinion, in steady decline. He described it as pining, in decay and struggling for life. The poverty of Scotland during this period also damaged St. Andrews, as few were able to patronize the university and its colleges. And with state support being improbable, the income they received was scarce. There you go. A little bit on St. Andrews University. University of St. Andrews. Kim Ray's here, everybody. Hello, hello. Kim Ray in the box. Old World Mean Box says it's God's land. Scotland. Oh, there you go. There you go. Sage says, my family was up around Wick at that time in northern Scotland. Really? Wow. Small world or small realm. Jabberoo Joe in the box says, my brother studied photography at the University of Edinburgh. Edinburgh. I got a friend who was born in Edinburgh. They got that Edinburgh Castle there. Lovely, lovely. I was actually talking about that with cousin Vinny earlier. It's one of those local attractions that the locals don't they don't take for granted. You know what I mean? Like they visit and do stuff in that castle. You know, often, right, in your home city or hometown, there's some big tourist attraction thing, and the locals are like, yeah, whatever. Apparently, it's not really the case with Edinburgh Castle. It's quite well loved and respected, and visited very often and quite frequently by the locals there in Edinburgh. So, well, there you go. So what else we got going on here? Let's see what else is what's what with this James Valentine feller. Let's see what's going on. He's from Dundee, so let's see what's going on here with Dundee. Dundee, Scotland, that is. It's not the crocodile guy from down under there, you see. Right, Morgan? Morgan in the box. Hello, hello, my friend. Isabella Live 2.0. Good to see you. So Dundee is the fourth largest city in Scotland. The mid-year population estimate for 2016 was 148,000 and change, giving Dundee a population density of 2,500-ish per square kilometer or 6,400-ish per square mile. Second highest in Scotland. It lies within the eastern central lowlands on the north bank of the Firth of Tay. What's that? I don't really need to do that. Let's just see. What's the Firth of Tay? Firth of Tay is a firth on the east coast of Scotland, into which empties the River Tay. What the heck's a firth? Feeds into the North Sea under the name Dundee City. It forms one of the 32 council areas used for local government in Scotland within the boundaries of the historic county of Angus. The city developed into a burgh, or borough, I guess, in the late 12th century and established itself as an important East Coast trading port. Rapid expansion was brought on by the Industrial Revolution. Oh, of course, always. The Industrial Revolution there in the UK. Particularly in the 19th century when Dundee was the center of the global jute industry. There you have it, people. There's where all the jute comes from. You make all kinds of stuff out of jute, including over here in the New World, World's Fair buildings, I guess. This, along with its other major industries, gave Dundee its epithet as the city of jute, jam, and journalism. You guys didn't say anything about jam. What kind of jam? Now you're sparking my interest. Is it raspberry jam? Is it strawberry jam? Is it marmalade? What kind of jam are we talking? So known for their preserves, I guess, over there. Anyways, today Dundee is promoted as one city, many discoveries in honor of Dundee's history of scientific activities and of the RRS Discovery, Robert Falcon Scott's Antarctic expedition vessel, which is built in Dundee, is now berthed at Discovery Point. Oh, yes, if you want to go to explore Antarctica, I guess you want to get your ship built up in Scotland? Sure. Why not? Why not? What else we got here? It has two universities, University of Dundee and Abertay University. Okay. Dundee was recognized by the United Nations as the UK's first UNESCO City of Design for its diverse contributions to the fields, including medical research, comics, and video games. Back in 2014. Okay. That's very, very interesting. The name Dundee is made up of two parts: the common Celtic or Celtic place name element Dun, meaning fort, and a second part that may derive from a Celtic or Celtic element cognate with the Gaelic de, meaning fire. So a burnt fort. The name Dundee is English for the old Celtic and Gaelic Old English, meaning fire fort or burnt fort. Something like that. That's very interesting. While earlier evidence for human occupation is abundant, Dundee's success and growth as a seaport town arguably came as a result of William the Lion's charter, granting Dundee to his younger brother David. David the house cat, I guess. Later Earl of Huntingdon-Tyneside in the late 12th century. The situation of the town and its promotion by Earl David as a trading center led to a period of prosperity and growth. The earldom was passed down to David's descendants, amongst whom was John Balliol. Okay, he was the King of Scots from 1292 to 1296. All right. The town became a royal burgh on John's coronation as king in 1292. The town and its castle were occupied by English forces for several years, during the First War of Independence, and recaptured by Robert the Bruce in early 1312. The original baronial charters were lost during the occupation and subsequently renewed by Bruce in 1327. Suffered considerably during the conflict known as the Row Wooing of 1543 to 1550. What is that? The Rough Wooing? It's also known as the 8 Years' War. Why don't you just call it the 8 Years' War, man? The Rough Wooing. What does that mean? Sounds unusual. Anyways, it was occupied by the English forces of Andrew Dudley, yada, yada. Okay. So the usual, all kinds of skirmishes and battles and wars, and changes hands multiple times. Well, there's that Tay Bridge again. The original Tay Bridge from the south the day after the disaster. The collapsed section can be seen near the northern end. I guess that's over here. I don't really see much, but okay. Oh, look at this. Dundee City Chamber. That's a nice looking building. Yeah, that's not too old world at all, with massive arches and big, huge windows and mansard roof. Roof? Lovely. Coat of arms of the city. Couple of dragons. And then the Scottish thistle. And so on and so forth. Scotland's synonymous with dragons. Hippie shake in the box saying Dundee cake is delicious. A light fruit cake with almonds on top and cherries. Does sound delicious. I'm not going to lie, that does sound absolutely delicious. Haggis marmalade, says Jabberjo. A family favorite around the breakfast table. Spread that on some toast. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Isabella Live 2.0, Morgan saying that would be the Kruger element. Fire. Yes, the fire fort. My buddy Vaughn saying, apparently Robert the Bruce and William Wallace are in my mother's family tree. She traveled there in 2015 and found documents in an old Scottish library, she told me. Huh. Look at that. Very, very interesting. To be a jukebox hero with stars in his eyes. Yes, a jute box hero. There you go. Oh, the independence referendum on the 18th of September 2014. Dundee was one of 4 council areas to vote yes in the Scottish independence referendum, with 57.3% voting yes on a 78.8% turnout, with the highest yes vote for any local authority in Scotland. Some in the Yes Scotland campaign nicknamed Dundee the Yes City, including former First Minister Alex Salmond. Rusty? No, different guy. There we go here. Cityscape from the Tay. Oh, lovely. Lovely over there in Dundee. So yeah, links for all of this will be in the description below. Holistic Media in the box. Hello, my friend. Thank you for shooting in. Good to see you. You have to excuse the hoarseness of a guy's voice. Still suffering a little bit from that cough. I don't know, just a little bit of a nagging cough, scratching throat. So I may mute the mic once in a while. So I can hack up a loogie. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, links in the description for Dundee, Scotland. Jabru Joe says Alex Salmond got turfed out of office for corruption. A corrupt politician? You don't say. I'm shocked. Absolutely shocked. It doesn't sound like it makes. I don't think that's right. I think most politicians are. They're on the up and up.
I don't believe you.
Oh, thank you, Kathy. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. You know, the guy does what he can. You got to keep the vocal cords well moistened. My ice water here. And I have some lemon tea with honey that I'm going to be doing here on the break. Speaking of break, we're going to jump into the mid-show break here very, very shortly. But before I do that, once again, thank you very much for shooting in and joining me here. Frankie, New West Reset and New West Reset Live, episode 86 here today on this Sunday, October the 6th already. Wow. On this, Sunday fun day. So thanks for shooting in and joining me here. Three fingers in the box. Excuse me? I mean, pardon me. That sounds very, very, let's just say it sounds like I'm using some blue language. Three fingers in the box. I don't know where I'm going with that, but good to see you. Thanks for joining me. I was born with the gift of the golden. I was born with the face for radio, my friend Chris. Thank you very much, my partner in crime there with the Knucklehead Show. That's going to be coming up here soon too, as well. I'm going to try to get that done before Halloween. Knuckleheads. I think we're looking at episode 13, and we're going to be looking at Regina. Speaking of three fingers in the box, hey-oh! Let's keep it rated E for everyone here. General audiences. Anyway. As a reminder, links for everything below, including my location map, which earlier today, when I was hanging out with cousin Vinny there, he was saying it's all up to date. He's got Edmonton on there. He's got Nanton on there. And of course, a guy's email, BitChute, MeWe, and of course, the Bumble. I'm sure you do. Jamboree Joe in the box has got some ideas for the magazine cover, Frankie. Yes, the Knuckleheads magazine. R-rated Sunday Fun. PG-13. We'll try to keep it at PG-13. Here. Sheesh. I was having too much fun with that one. Anyway, before this thing goes too far off the rails, what do you say we take a mid-show break and I give you a sneak peek at your upcoming midweek? As always, every Thursday here on the channel, vintage footage video. A guy likes to scour the interwebs and pull out some, if I can, mostly Canadian content, old film footage from, I don't know, the late 1890s, early 1900s. Put it to some music and put that up every Wednesday. I'd like to give you a little bit of a preview of that here on the show every live stream. So I guess, heck, without further ado, let's get into that here pretty quickly. But before I do that, make sure, if you haven't already, once again, please show a guy some of this. Thank you to everybody who's already shared, already subscribed. I really appreciate that. And to all of you that are tuning in after the fact, after the live, really appreciate all your support as well. I know it's a big chunk of time, with a couple of hours of a live stream. So I appreciate you setting aside some of that time to support the channel. All right, so without further ado, let's get into the sneak peek here. See what's what. What do we got going on for this one? This is where are we here? It's amateur hour here. I've got to queue up the video, but I suddenly drew a blank as to what's coming up on Wednesday. It was a mad dash to get in the door from the road trip and get in here and get the show started on time here today. So I'm a little bit thrown. Ah, yes, that's the one. That's the one. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Here we go. This should be it here. This is some footage from 1942. It's about 2.5 minutes long, and it's just some footage of various industrial booms going on here in Canada land, right around the the WW2 period. So it was all hands on deck, full speed ahead with the rapid growth of the industrial sector here in Canada. It was pretty much the beginning of the end. We moved from one sort of a based economy to this massive industrialized economy with factories and pollution and all that stuff. So yeah, this is from 1942. Again, there's some assorted footage from sort of Eastern Canada of different industries. 2.5 minutes long. And then when we come back, we'll look at some old-timey photos. So yeah, we'll see you just on the other side of 2.5. Stick around. Be right back. Cheers. All right. And we are back. A short but sweet one there on that one. So hello. Welcome back. Frankie, New West Reset. New West Reset Live. Episode 86 here today. Sunday, October the 6th. 6 p.m. local time. That's mountain time, don't you know? Right on the nose. So thank you for joining me. Got a comment here. Boom. I'd love to know what song is on that delightful old Brunswick record. Oh, let's see. It is. Let's see. Let's just pull it down and have a look, shall we? So I joined the Navy, and on the flip side is, nah, I don't want to be rich. So there you be. Pretty sure that this old 78 RPM shellac platter is from 20s, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, there you be. Three Finger says NASA will be sending a hurricane to Canada soon. Oof, I hope not. But yes, that's it's been rough down there south of the Canadian border there in the good old US of A with now the shenanigans with the hurricanes and all that stuff there. The Carolinas and everybody over there got a piece of that. It's pretty rough. Yikes. Yikes. Oh, yeah. My favorite thing, says Holistic Media. I could listen to great music and watch vintage footage all day long. Yeah, well, I've got a playlist on the channel, actually, of all the vintage footage. So you can watch it. I think I've got it set up from oldest to most recent. So yeah, if you go to a guy's main channel page and you click over to playlists and it'll list them all there, and you go to vintage footage and boom, there it is. I think it is, Joe. Jabber Joe saying, so is that where the village people got the song in the Navy? Could very well be. Could very, very well be. Anyway, thank you for joining me here. Appreciate it as always. At the top half of the show here, we looked at James Valentine. Got a little bit of the Wikipedia narrative on him. See what's the what with that. What do you say we look at some old photos? And by the way, thank you once again to our friend George Prokopenko for, giving a guy a tap on the shoulder with this one. Psst, hey, Frankie. Hey, psst, bud. I'm going to email you this here link to the photographs of this here guy. Carmichael in the box. Hello, hello. Always close my weekend off for watching it. Wow, well, thank you. That's mighty kind of you. Thank you very much. Much obliged. Much appreciated. I've said it before. This is my favorite time of the week. I used to do the live show on Fridays, but I wasn't always guaranteed to have Friday off, whereas I don't work Sundays. I've blocked it off as being unavailable. So I switched the live show to Sunday, and it's a great way to wind down my week and spend time with you, my favorite folks here online, and just have a good time and dig into some shenanigans. So yes, thank you. Appreciate that. And speaking of shenanigans, let's get into some of these old-timey photographs here. This is on wikimedia.org. Wikimedia Commons? I don't know. It's wacky media anyway. So this is, as you can see, category photographs by James Valentine. And again, just as a reminder, he was a Scottish photographer noted for his topographic views of his home country of over there in Scottish land. Might as well just click on him and check him out in order here. What do we got here? Natural History Museum in South Kensington. Very nice. Look at this place, eh? Woo-wee. Oh, there you go. One of the topographical shots he was famous for. A pre-1979 view from the southwest of the fishing village of Cadgwith in Cornwall, England. Cropped to remove damaged edges. I'm sure that's why it was cropped. Pretty tightly packed here. We're in this little bay or, I don't know, fjord or whatever. Seeing some Tudor style, what they would call, I guess, but like it's all stone, eh? All stone buildings. We're not gonna, make it easier on ourselves and build it out of wood. No, they're just stone. That's fine. Not a problem humping stone around, I guess. Oh, wow. Abbotsford Study, 1878. Look at this. Oh, it's just my private study, my private library. It's fine. A fireplace here that looks like it has never seen 2 logs on fire ever. A lot of fancy schmancy around the hearth. And just because that's what you want to do is you want to put your books, heat rises. So you want to set a fire in here and then put valuable artwork and all these books above your source of fire, because that's not a potential problem at all. And then you want to, it to be wood paneling in your study, of course. Yeah, that's fancy, man. Is that a mezzanine? Like you would walk up there, I guess? Huh. Oh, I just have a 2-story library in my home. That's fine. Well, could be. PCS World says, I used to live in Abbotsford, but Wisconsin. An inlet. Ah, thank you. An inlet. What are we looking at here? Argyle Street in Glasgow. I'm your Uncle Argyle. Okay, what year was it, though? Argyle Street in Glasgow, Argyle Street, Glasgow. Yeah, okay, sure. Datering, 1870 to 1900. So just a 30-year gap on when this photo was taken. Okay. Wowee. Look at this. Very, very fancy. So there's your omnibuses. These are not horse-drawn street car trolleys, trams. These are multi-passenger horse-drawn carriages. But I do see what look to be streetcar lines here. So this might be a horse pulling a streetcar here. In fact, it looks like one of those double-decker ones. So that's ridiculous. There's no shenanigans there at all. Horses pulling streetcars. That's fine. Arrows House in Mull, Scotland. Very secluded. That's not a house. That's a castle. Wow. So you live here, and there's the town over here, I guess. Huh. These are lovely shots. There's the thumbnail. University of Edinburgh. Beautiful building. Look at this. Gorgeous cupola with the domes. One wonders why you've got to go up all of these stairs, and then they've got, I guess they were building basements back in, when did they say this thing was built again? 1400 or something? The photo's somewhere around between 1870 and 1890, apparently. So there's that. Team Heat. How's she going there, eh, bud? Hey, there's my brother, says Jeffro Joe. I mean, this gives you an idea of just how large the doors, windows, arches, and all the openings are. The people are itty bitty, and it's two horses pulling this carriage, and they're dwarfed by all of this nonsense. I mean, it's beautiful, though, absolutely gorgeous. Heck, I'd go to school there. It'd almost be worth getting brainwashed and indoctrinated to surround yourself with this. Nice mud road to nowhere. Okay. Where twines in the path. Okay. 1886. Oh, here we go. Now we're talking. Broddick Castle. 1879. Looking like it's been there a long time. A lot of the tech on it, too. Look at that. Nope, don't do it. Don't go to one of those commie pinko post-secondary institutions. Stone Bridge there in the background. Wow. Very high off the surface of the water. That was no easy feat to build. Whenever that was built. A small photo there. It's saying I can blow them up, but I can't. It's not letting me. So I'm not sure what the dealio is with that, but J.P. Crowley small wares. All kinds of tech up here on this beauty. James Valentine, about 1876. Some of these are not labeled well. It's not necessarily saying. National Galleries of Scotland Commons from Edinburgh. Castle Street, Dundee. Okay. You have to, again, forgive my Canadian ignorance. Holy moly! You feast your peepers on that. Wow. Chester Cathedral. My goodness gracious. That's incredible. 1880. Oh, no. Photograph date 1870 to 1880. Oh, okay. Building date somewhere around 1250. Wow. Nice and warm out in Ontario, apparently. Morgan's saying in southern Ontario, it's perfect and warm. Sage is in and around Hamilton. Well, in Hamilton and outside in a t-shirt. Yeah, and it's 2 hours ahead in Hamilton. It's already about 8:15 in the evening, I think. Oh, here we go. The Crystal Palace in Londinium. My goodness. The datering is somewhere between 1870 and 1900. Well, that makes a big difference because that would depend on what location the Crystal Palace of London would be at between 1870 and 1900. If I'm not mistaken, it was what? It was completely disassembled and then moved, and then later it burnt to the ground, which is redonkulous in its own right. Hey, look, cows, eh? Maybe that's Calgary there, bud. Nope. Apparently it's Ballast Bank. So yeah, you get your crappy wooden fence here and crummy dirt roads. Pasture land. But then, boom, back in the background, big, massive stone structures with fancy mansard roofs and big, massive train station here. So again, a little bit of a, a funny little play with the narrative there. Durham Cathedral, somewhere around 1890, this photograph. Beauty. That's pretty fancy. Another angle. Look at that. Yeah, that's fine. Going to see if it was going to give a date of when that cathedral was built. Durham Cathedral. The pews just look so out of place, right? Like let's just build these crappy wooden pews and just line them up down this grand hall of whatever this massive structure was before we redesignated it as a cathedral. Just saying. Ooh, what a shot. Edinburgh. There it is, Edinburgh. Somewhere between 1870 and 1890, once again. Look at this. This has something to do with St. Andrew, I think. I don't know. Correct me in the box or in the comments below after the fact if I'm wrong on that. But there's your Edinburgh Castle. But what's this up here? Is that the Parthenon? And like the Leaning Tower of Pisa that's before it's leaning? Like all kinds of stuff going on here in Edinburgh. This down here. Wow. This over here too. Very Greco-Roman-esque over in Scotland. Look at this beauty here too. Wow, incredible. And that's what this guy was famous for, is these sort of topographical photos. What is this? And the street level is higher here than it is here. You could see a trolley making its way. See this trawler here? Streetcar tram making its way up. Huh. Balmoral Castle. Yeah, this I've heard of. Photos taken sometime between 1850 and 1880. All righty. Whatever. Wow. And you get conical domes, and then you get this sort of turret here with ether fencing, but then you've got this more rounded dome with some nonsense shenanigans on top of it. Incredible, man. What's that? Oh, yeah, it's just my house. Whew. Kirkby Lonsdale Church in Whittingtonshire. Kirkby Lonsdale? I don't know if these are town names or what, but anyways. Again, forgive my Canadian sheltered ignorance. 1899, this photo. Look at this thing. There's an afterthought. Let's put this clock halfway over. Come on, man. What are you doing over here, man? What? Oh, that is ridiculous, son. Ridiculous. Nice touches on top, though. You can still see a little bit of techie tech up there, maybe. But this is silly. Like, absolutely silly. Yeah, right? That looks terrible. Vaughn sent catacombs under that one, eh? I'm sure there's lots of catacombs under a lot of these, I bet. Some we know about and we're permitted to know about, and others, no, nothing to see here. Move along. But yeah, this just looks dorky. Ooh, wow, The University of Edinburgh. Photo taken sometime between 1870 and 1890. Super slopey ground here, so you enter here on one level, but you enter these places here on a completely different level. And you've got to have some kind of crazy looking minaret in your university for some reason. Very grand. And then this too, that's incredible. Oh, there's your unicorn. This might be a rampant lion, right? A lion rearing up on its hind legs. Or it could be a dragon. Maybe it's a great big Scottish dragon there. That's a terrible accent. I'm sorry. Okay, that's that same. Is that the same church? No, different church. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know, but look at this on top. We get a load of that. Why are you not letting me zoom? Oh, there it is. It's doing a weirdo zoom. That's why. There we go. Very interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. There's your wind catchers. You see how these are tilted? So these could be adjusted. So depending on how you tilt them, catch the breeze and bring fresh air in, or maybe this would release the stale air from the building. Either way. Yeah. Yeah, it does look. Well, I mean, look at all this, all the ground here, all the ground. You got to go up 4 million stairs to get to this level. And then I don't know if you could see that, but back here, let me get this out of the way. Forgive me. So you got to go up 4 million stairs here. Then you get to this pathway. And more stairs to get in. So yeah, this to me looks like it's been mud flooded. At least in my humble opinion. What the heck is this now? Fingal's Cave in Scotland. Photo taken sometime between 1870 and 1900. Okay. So, yeah, Fingal's Cave in Scotland. Very interesting. This looks familiar to a lot of us, I'm sure. The hexagonal shaped. That's just natural. That's just Mother Nature does that. That's not like potentially an old petrified tree or a tree stump or anything. This is incredible. I've never even heard of this place, but that's amazing. What's going on with this shenanigans up here? Very interesting. Yeah, the natural basalt. Yep. That's what they're saying that is. It's just natural.
Say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
It is getting colder. Well, in Wales, it's damp, right? So you feel the cold down in your bones. Here in Alberta land, at least, it's kind of dry. Fleet Street by James Valentine, circa 1890. So now we're in Londinium again here. Look at this. Lovely. There's your omnibus, double-decker. Hancock Chemists. Okay. Not let me do the zoom on this one, eh? Okay. Ooh, what do we got here? Edinburgh Castle. I'm sure many of us were very, very familiar with Edinburgh Castle, but supposedly just built right out of the rock. Okay. I mean, potentially this could be damage from something that happened in a previous cataclysm. We could be seeing, these could be big blocks, right? We could be seeing some kind of cooking out or melting potentially. Again, just a theory. Here's the fountain here. There's your lion's heads. Wow, man, that thing is there's your crown up here, I guess. Sure. There's another crown there. We're just getting silly with the crowns here. It's lousy with crowns and lousy with lion's heads. Here too, holding up the chains. Lion's heads here. So intricate with all the little statues and the inlays and the relief work. Wow, man. Impressive. See what's going down here with the street level with the regular folks. The Black Bull Inn, built in 1212 on this slopey, mud-flooded street that looks like it's brick or cobblestone. Cobblestone, I think, if memory serves. Wow, man. Fort William in Scotland. Look at this place, just big giant place. Just hello neighbor. Just gonna build my modest little 2-story single-family home here next to this big, massive, whatever that's supposed to be. Wow, looking at a place. I mean, some of these churches and spires, sure, but what the heck is that? I'm gonna tell you it's a hotel or it's an asylum or it's a health retreat, health resort retreat. I don't know. Wow. The Clyde from Sailor's Home in Glasgow. Will you get a load of that bridge? I've seen some bridges in my time, but I ain't never seen a bridge like this. Oh, look, there's a train going over it too. Awfully fancy, isn't it? Why do you need... I'm assuming that they're going to tell us these are lights, although they look almost like Antiquitech. Maybe, I don't know, something to gather ether or transmit power or something, like broadcast power. But either way, let's say they do tell, yeah, them's just lights. But like, why would you need lights up there? The train's down in here. When you put lights along here, I mean, you don't even really need lights on this bridge, do you? I don't know. But that is something else, man. That is something else. Now, some of this is going to be penciled in and inked in because a lot of these were for postcards, right? So it's going to look like there's some shenanigans in the photo here in the back, but it's really because it's been prepared for it. In fact, this probably is actually the picture postcard itself because you could see the text here on the bottom. So that's a heck of a bridge, man. Okay, now we're just getting silly with some of this. Wow, man. Scarborough from above the spa building. Incredible. Look at this back here. Yeah, see, PCS World brings up a good point. Other than the headlight and then the crossing lights, never really seen lights for any train tracks. Like they might have lighting along the track if it's a tram, like a streetcar trolley, like modern day, even like light rail transit that goes through your city. They have some of that here in Calgary. But those are, passenger trains that are exclusively for commuting. They're not, a dual purpose cargo / passenger train like a choo-choo train, right? Yeah, maybe Jebber Joe says maybe those lights were for on that bridge were for the airplanes flying above. The York residence. Oh, it's just my house. It's fine. Made out of big, massive blocks. Beautiful, man. What in the Sam Steel is going on here? The Dean Bridge in Edinburgh. I've never even heard of this. I've never even seen this thing before. What in the heck? Yeah, I live here. And then they built this. Thanks. Like, what in the blazes is going on here, man? Like, this just looks crazy to have built at that time. Imagine all the man hours and labor and materials, and then the logistics of getting those materials down into this, I don't know, whatever this is, a riverbed or something, to build this ridiculous thing. That's impressive. That is impressive. They sure like their unique bridges over in Scotland, I'll tell you that. Fourth bridge over the Firth of Forth. Is that real? Come on, the fourth bridge over the Firth of Forth. Yeah, it's real easy to say. Thanks, Scotland. That's a huge span because, these are battleships going underneath. I think it said the HMS whatever and whatchamacallit. HMS Lorne Duke under it. Sounds like a Borg with a lisp. Ah, man. There it is from the other side, I guess. Wow, very unique looking bridge. Where's this? Plymouth. Plymouth, Nova Scotia? Nope. Plymouth, Scotland. All right. Oh, Plymouth, England, excuse me. Fort Stanford back there, they're telling us, or something like that. Let's see. Fort Stanford, yeah. Let's see, what kind of fort is it? Bet you dollars to good Canadian donuts. It's a star fort. Oh, yeah, that looks very star forty to me. Not to mention this here. Hello. Hi. And then Fort Stratton, way up there. Too hard to tell what that is from this distance. Potential star fortage stuff going on here, maybe too. I don't know. Just a suggestion. $18.91 this photo is taken, apparently. Oh yeah. Hey, all of the donuts up here in Canada and Idioland are boneless, eh, bud? Oh yeah, castles and stone structures galore. I mean, I obviously I knew that going in a little bit about Scotland. We're fed that. This is a star fort. I mean, it's right here. You just put these cannons there, but then look at this. Sorry, I interrupted myself. But yeah, the narrative we get here is, the Scotland's got the old castles over there in Scotland. It's castle land. Yeah, they would call this a battery or a bastion fort, but yeah, I mean, with all these angles, it's a star fort. That's interesting. Castles and star forts just peppering Scotland, apparently. Whitby Abbey in England. No date on the photo that I can see. Okay. Look at this place, man. Gingerbread galore. Wow. The Stray in Harrogate? High Harrogate. Sure. Big row of big stone masonry homes here with big massive arches in them. Wow. Church or castle here. I wonder why this big area is just so open and just like dirt and stuff. I wonder. Like, is it a big park area? Is it designated as a park or green space? I don't know. Tree. Well, I guess there's a castle in the back, but hey, there's a tree there for you. It's looking like a mighty big tree, but oh, there's Edinburgh Castle again. Come on, man. And then all this here in the foreground. Sheesh. Sheesh. I mean, they're just silly with it over there in Scotland, aren't they? Wow, man. Just wow. Yeah, Edinburgh's a trip, man. Edinburgh's on another level, dude. I'm having a tough time wrapping my noodle around this. And I've got a buddy that was born in Edinburgh and didn't move to Canada until I think he was 10 or 11. And goes back often to visit. I got to tell him, man, hey, next time you go over there, bud, take some photos for me, will you? In the street here too, right? Is it just like brick or cobblestone street? That's silly, man. They're not playing over there in Scotland, I tell you what. Magical looking. Absolutely magical. You know, when I think of Scotland in terms of the major cities in Scotland, and again, this is just, partly my Canadian naivete, but also just, what we're bombarded with in terms of the narrative, the brainwashing, the whatever, is it's kind of dingy and kind of dirty and wet and cold and very industrial. And, back from the day when everything was coal powered, it's all covered in coal soot, and you know what I mean? But I mean, look at this. It's like a magic land. Exquisite, man. Exquisite. Here's a shot of Edinburgh from the castle. This ridiculous bridge and all this huge viaduct. I'm guessing these are railway station here, and these are railroad tracks. I don't know. But that's just fantastical. Fantastical, even. Eton College from the footbridge. Wow. First of all, let's see what this is all about here. Oh, hi. Some kind of brick-lined canal with brick-lined tunnels going. Okay. Oh, siren and train in the background. You're getting a twofer on the show here this evening. Let's see what's going on with this thing. Jumping Jehoshaphat. All these nodes on these, I don't know what they are. They're just sticking up, and then they got all these little blumps and bumps on them. And domes, and this is incredible, man. And what a beautiful photo, too. The beautiful trees. Imagine what this would have looked like looking at it with your own two ocular sphericals and seeing it in living color. Gorgeous. Here we are back at Plymouth. What's that say? Fort Breakwater? Bunch of forts. Fort here, fort there, fort there. Here, there, everywhere. Fort. Not to mention that this is also a fort. Wait, are they saying that there's a fort in the water here? Looks like that's what they're trying to tell us. Yep. Sure. Okay. There it is. Excuse me. I started laughing and went into a coughing fit. There it is. There's a fort there. This is amazing. Mr. Beast fan in the box. Hello. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I kind of figured. I mean, it's chilly and damp, right? I mean, come on. Scotland, Ireland, England. It is what it is, right? The UK in general is going to be on the wet and chilly side. Knox House. Wow, man. What's going on here? What is going on here? Also, what's going on here, by the way? Looking a little damaged or something, but look at this exquisite nonsense. Some kind of schmutz and shenanigans going on all over these, but this is it's something else, man. That is something else. This is Castle Row. The Royal Infirmary in Edinburgh. That's one building? Take off. That is not one. That is one building. I thought it was like a row of castles. Which castle is yours? The third one on the left is mine here. Eh, but? Oh, sorry. Hey, she be the one. No, that's a pirate. A Scottish accent. It's the third one on the left. Yeah, sorry. Terrible accent. So the infirmary, the Royal Infirmary in Edinburgh. So hospital / asylum / I don't know what. That's incredible, man. That is incredible. Like, look at all this nonsense. Stornoway Castle. Or is that Lewis Castle in Stornoway? No, it says Stornoway Castle. I don't know, but there it is. Yeah, it's a castle, all right. And this wall is also very intriguing because it just keeps going and going and going. So not only who built this, but who built that and when. And it looks like there might be some arches under here, maybe. It could just be bushes or something, or rocks. I don't know. But the wall just keeps going all around here. Oh, there's that star fort in the water. Oh, man. This is pretty amazing. So what do we got here? Mount Edgecombe in England, 1891. Plymouth, Drake's Island from Mount Edgecombe. So Drake's Island, and then they're showing what's the citadel, they're saying. Oh, yeah, okay, so there's your Star Fort. Look at the nice tall ships here, by the way, that's cool. But yeah, there's your Star Fort here, with your Star City inside. And then you've got what they're calling an island, but it looks like it's potentially man-made to a guy. At least to me, anyway. Wow. Just incredible. Boston Church. Oh, it's a church in Boston, but then it says England. St. Botolph Church in Boston. It says Boston here, 1900. They mean Boston, New England? I don't know, I'm confused. St. Botolph's. I know right now somebody who's watching this after the live is feverishly tapping on their keyboard and yelling at their computer screen right now. Wow, man. I don't think this is Boston, is in Boston, Massachusetts. I think it's a place in England called Boston. But either way. Where do you want your castle built, sire? Right there is fine. Right in the middle of nowhere. Right on the lock. Okay. How do we get all that stuff out there? That's for you to sort out, lad. Salisbury Cathedral. Wow. Wow. By the way, link for this will be in the description below as well. So you can have a closer look at these at your leisure. Man, oh man. Stack of brick everywhere here. And yeah, let's just put a gazillion statues all in it. Every niche gets a statue. Then all this up here too. It's pretty amazing. Whittington Hall. Gorgeous, man. Look at the little, what's going on there? And there, and there. What's that thing? What are those three things? What do they do? Some kind of beep 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 thing? I don't know. I don't know. Cornell University. The Stewart Memorial Fountain in the West End Park. Wow-wee. Right there in Glasgow. Photo 1872, supposedly. The fountain date was built 1871. So they just built it and then the guy came and took a picture of it? Is that what that can't be right. I don't know. These dates are weird. I'm going to put them on ignore, I think. Wow-wee, man. Oh, yeah, there's your lion. There's your unicorn. Incredible. Oh, now he's in Norway. It's the Svartisen Glacier. But you got to watch out for the global warming and the climate change, everybody. Because, glaciers are tiny. Here's people standing here. And yeah, so this thing, that'll melt real quick. Meanwhile, there's thousands of these all over the world, but that's fine. This is the crypt in York Minster. Somewhere in England, I think. I mean, York is in England. Looking super ancient. But each one of these has a different design on it. Here we've got some Venetian shells. Here we've got, I don't know what you call that. Sort of maybe floral scroll work. And this one's different again. So yeah, man. A lot of angles to work out and a lot of difficult building here. Looking very, very old. Stornoway. The herring fleet at Stornoway in Lewis. It's a lot of boats. Holyrood Palace? Holyrood. Holyrood? Is that like an Asian guy trying to say? Never mind.
That's racist!
Holyrood Palace from Calton Hill, 1878 or earlier. Look at this place, man. Not going to let me zoom in? Of course not. There's a castle, and then it had its own abbey, I guess, too, man. Huh. Ah, there's another shot of it. Maybe this one will, yeah, this one will let us. There we go. Conical domes coming out the wazoo. Yeah, I agree. Another shot of it. Okay. Oh, it's in Edinburgh. Okay. The Horn of Ulfas. Okay. What we got on here? Some kind of animal-headed beasts or men or something. Very nice. Nice horn. Kathy saying Holyrood is owned by the royal family. Ah, thank you for that, Kathy Childers in the box. Appreciate it. Our buddy Vaughn saying, I've seen horns like that. Kind of looks kind of Viking-ish, or what you would keep your black powder in for your musket or something. I don't know. Trafalgar Square in Londinium, the Metropolitan Hotel there. Wowie, wowie. Lovely. Wow, could they put more tech on top of this place? Take it easy. And then they got to put their crappy, the Hotel Metropole sign up here. Eesh. Who's going to see that from way down here, by the way? I think I can read that says Hotel something. Look at this wedding cake of a hotel with all of the tech on top, man. Not to mention this butte. So you board your airship, and when you get off, you disembark from your airship, come down, stay in the hotel, maybe. I don't know. Old world traveling. Oh, we got some more trees here, people. The Church of St. Peter, St. Paul, and St. Thomas of Canterbury. All right. Ooh, look at this. Come on, man. That's pretty wacky stuff. Beautiful, though. Wow. Chapter House, York Minster. Exquisite. Old world craftsmanship, just exquisite. The throne room at Windsor Castle. Yep. Certainly is. Certainly is. Look at the chandelier. Get out of here with this chandelier, man. Interesting symbology all around here on the tapestries. Look at all this molding around the cornice and everything. Jeez, man. Have a look at the throne. You got the rock under there, that stone, whatever that stone was. Yeah, see, there's your rampant lion and your unicorn. Oh, look, a clover. Look at this up here, too. Sheesh. Take it easy, will you? Just take it easy. That is unbelievable. Interior of Boston Church in England. Okay, that gives us some clarification. And it's in Lincolnshire, Tinctonshire. Wow. I know I just keep saying wow, but come on. Gotta tell you, this guy knew how to take a photo. Very impressive. St. Paul's Cathedral in Londinium. Fancy right out the wazoo. You know, because doing this kind of thing here, this is super easy doing all this. Yeah. Way up there, by the way. Like what is that? 30 feet up? Okay. Here's doing some deer hunting. He's got his sporting, his kilt, his whatever those are called. Oh, this guy's wearing the Sherlock Holmes hat there. Just blasting away the stags. Doing a little deer hunting, sure. Oh, there's your horse-drawn trolley, streetcar, tram. Ridiculous. Leeds, England. Circa 13 by 20 centimeters. That doesn't make sense. This doesn't make any sense. That's the size. Anyway. Not letting us zoom in, of course. I wanted to see what was going on here. What the street surface was like. So they don't even have electric yet, but meanwhile, they're just built out to hell. Like just way out to the horizon, but supposedly no electric yet. At least that's what they would tell us. Ridiculous. Shenanigans right there. Shenanigans. Wow. Like I don't even don't even know what to say. Like, look at this place.
What the hell is even that?
Litchfield Cathedral. Yeah, you ain't kidding. That's that one with all the statues in it. Oh, there's a devil. Oh, no, that's not good. Get some horned being here. Or is that just a weird crown? I don't know. Looks like a devil or something to me. Devil's horns. This place is about as ornate as it gets. Yeah, man, this place is silly. Dirt road for you. Look at this. What's under there, I wonder? Don't know. Very interesting shot, though. I'd live there. It looks very tranquil, very nice. I think I would live there. The Law Courts in London. Somewhere between 1870 and 1900. Sure, okay. Wow. Unbelievable. This is silly. Yeah, because that's what you need on your law court building. You just need all that stuff. This is in like German or something. I don't know. But anyways, it's someplace in England here. Something parish. Let's see what this says. Something parish church in Bovey. Okay. Oh, there's me doing some fishing. Oh, there's some old world remains. Cornell University. What's this? The Newport Arch, Scotland. Or, well, no, James Valentine, Scottish. United Kingdom. Okay, whatever. It's the Newport Arch. Very interesting. It's not letting the guy zoom in very much. Tell you, oh, hi. A really low mudflood window there, too, to boot. Just to boot, we'll throw that in for you. It's got moss and stuff growing on it. It has something terrible happen here. Wow. Whew. Well, there's that bridge that collapsed again, the Tay Bridge. Sure, okay. Furness Abbey. Looking super ancient. What happened to this poor place, you know? Stuff just strewn about. Norwegian horse and buggy here. Oh, yeah, that's nice. It's kind of a small horse. Either that or it's a big, giant guy. Looks weird. Look weird. Oh, it's his mustache. That's why. Okay. Look at a little ship. What is this? Kind of buried arch on the beach there. Prince's Street in Edinburgh. Hustle and bustle. These crappy letters on the side of this beautiful old world structure. Wow. Oh, horse-drawn trolleys again. And the double-decker one. So dumb. Oh, here's our Princess Louise. Again, all right. And Louise van der Weyer. Wherever they are. Quality Street in North Berwick. Definitely looks like a quality street. Scottish scenery. Okay. Rob Roy's Cave. Ah. I was going to say, oh, here's some big giant megalithic blocks, but apparently this is Rob Roy's Cave. Okay. Lantern Hill and Hillsborough. Rotten Row, 1894. No zoomage allowed. Great, thanks. Oh, here's more of Rotten Row. Hyde Park in Londinium. I say, that's a fine top hat you've got, sir. Right back at you, governor. It comes from Canadian beaver pelts, don't you know? Here's that Holyrood. Holyrood? Castle. Or chapel, excuse me. Glasgow, St. Enoch's Station Hotel. Many levels to this thing. The street slopes downward from here. The street slopes downward here, but it's not really street because it's built on top of this. So why did they slope it? I guess to make it easier for the horse and buggy to make the climb? I don't know. Glasgow and South Western Railway. Ah, so the train went under here. You got your mud flood windows down here. And then you've got your entrance on the corner of the front here. This thing is discombobulated 3 ways from Sunday, I tell you what. I live alone, so it's just puff puff. Wow, St. Paul's in London. Yeah, okay, I think I've seen this before. And we've seen it in the background. There's photos here already in the show tonight. Yeah, St. Paul's Cathedral. Yep, that's a beauty, all right. No easy feat to build that. There it is from another angle. What a beauty. Stornoway Castle in Scotland. Again, the wall. And more wall. And more wall. And then, you know, the castle itself. Huh. Ooh, there's a nice view of the beach. Bournemouth from East Cliff. Bournemouth. Excuse me, Bournemouth. Well, there's another shot of the bridge that collapsed. Tay Bridge. Sure, okay. The Tower of London. Is that this? I mean, it's a star fort with the citadel in the middle, basically. But is this the Tower of London? Again, pardon my ignorance. Very impressive indeed. Trafalgar Square. Yeah. Outstanding, man. There's fountains here and here. Ah, thank you, Hippie. Hippie in the box is saying, yeah, the center one is the Tower of London, built by William the Conqueror. Oh yeah, good old Billy. Waterval. Oh, it's the waterfall in Scotland. Okay. Oh, nice. Wells Cathedral, 1890. That's very fancy, complicated. York Minster, the West Front. Wow. Wowie wow. Windsor Castle from the bridge. Yep. Uh-huh. Another one. 1886. Yeah, this is gorgeous. George's Street in Edinburgh. Look how wide the streets are, by the way. Almost like they anticipated electric streetcar trolleys and later on vehicles, cars and trucks, automobiles and lorries. There's complicated action going on here in the what's this? Fourth Bridge? Whoops, excuse me. No, I don't want to do that. Take off. I'm trying to zoom. Fine. Mm-hmm. There's a hotel here on the lake, and then look at this. Oh, wow. United Kingdom. What is this place? Doesn't even say what this is. So if you know, let me know. I think we may have looked at this already from the front earlier in the show, but wow, beautiful. Chatham and Rochester from the lines, okay, between 1865 and 1875. Again, just walls everywhere. Unknown date. Great. Look at this here. What's going on here? What is going on there? This brickwork. Extra time and expense here at the old gateway at Lincoln Inn or something. I don't know. This looks like that's what it says. Waterloo Bridge and Somerset House, Londinium. What? That's this? Somerset House? That's my house. It's my royal residence. Big massive arches. Looks like it's built on top of something. This is no slouch either. Great shot. It's a beautiful photo. Hungerford and Waterloo bridges. Look at the old-timey paddle boat with the big paddle on the side here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, London's, minaret in London. Sure, why not? Dover Bay. Outstanding. West Coes from East Coes? Okay. I'm not sure what that means, but all these giant blocks here on the shoreline. Guy wonders if that goes all the way around to this side, Yeah. Nice sandy beach. The grains of sand are the size of rocks. But that's fine. Very comfortable to lounge on and catch a few rays and go for a swim. Iona Cathedral and St. Martin's Cross, 1884. It's that abbey in ruins again. Well, I mean, there's a lot of abbeys in ruins. A mountain and a rock. Big rock here. I mean, it's a nice landscape photo, I guess. A little steamboat. No place, unknown, undetermined. No date known, but they could still somehow attribute it to this photographer, I guess. All right. Getting into a lot of landscapes here now, it looks like. Ooh, that's pretty. Looks like one of the mountain lakes here in the Canadian Rockies. All right, look. I'm gonna build you a castle here, my lord, but we got to get all the stuff out there. Yeah, it's not a problem. Just bring it in. But how? Horse and wagon and whatnot. Just bring all that in. We'll be fine. Over this rocky terrain and over old hill and dale. Unknown date. No place. Unknown, undetermined. Again, okay. Somebody who's familiar with Scotland or the UK in general will probably be able to tell from some of these buildings. They'd be like, you dunderhead, that's Aberdeen, or I don't know, whatever. Super slopey street. So the houses have to be built all staggered, I guess. Great Western Hotel. Even from that, they can't tell you what place or when the photo was taken. Looks like it's on the seashore, though. Unknown date. No place. Got a lock system going here in this canal, though. Let's have a look at that. Got 1, 2, 4, 5 locks just to descend down this little bit. And that's a steam paddler there, too. Where do you live? I live in the Zebra House here. Over by the soccer pitch, the football pitch there. All right, now come on. It says no place, no name. You can't identify this building? Look at it. You got to be able to. Looks like you got a cop. There's a copper standing out there. Right. Move along here. Now taking of photographs. Look at all of these stone walls. All over here, all around here, here. Where did they get all the stones from? I guess they dink, 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 dink from the hills and then horse and buggy it down to the shoreline and stack it up. But then what's this place? What's this thing? Looks like a bunch of canals going off in different directions or something. I don't know what that is. Phil Henry is here. Oh, no worries. He says, hi, everyone. I'm very late. No problem. No problem. Heidi's here as well. Howdy, Heidi. Good to see you. Thanks for shooting in. Loch Alvey from Monument. All right, there you go. So it's Alvey Lake, Loch Alvey. Oh, what we got here? That's funny looking, ain't it? Unknown date, no place. Come on, how could you not know what this is and label it? Frustrating. Oh, here it is. The home of Osprey on Loch Allen. All right. It's something anyway. Yeah, I'm going to build my house in the middle of the lake. This fence just disappears into the water too. What do you want to say that this lake at one time wasn't there? Just a thought. Golf Clubhouse. Groundtown? I mean, it's right here, so I don't know why they don't fill in the info down here, but that's fine. Yeah, Grandtown. Oh, look at this bridge, man. Spey Bridge, Grandtown. Big stone bridge. Church Road, Grandtown. Castle Grant in Speyside. Sure it's not Castle Spey in Grandtown? Oh, look at the Deerses. What? Sam Steele's going on here at the Carbridge Hotel. Obviously an old bridge or something that's collapsed or something. I don't know what's going on with this thing. What's this down here, man? It looks quite round and it has some kind of designs in it. Is this debris just chucked in the water here? I don't know. Very strange. I don't want to imagine that at all. Oh, yeah. So apparently this guy was a shutterbug of ginormous proportions. Dulnane Bridge in Speyside. Okay. Another impressive stone bridge. Yeah, I don't even know how many photos are in this. I'm just clicking. We're already at like 2 hours and 20 minutes. Who's this guy? Male human. Oh, that guy. Oh, okay. Yeah. This little child, creepy little child here. What's going on here? Can't zoom it, eh? Ah, thanks. Looks like a giant log, giant tree, giant felled tree, or a big boulder. I don't know. Some of these might be just taken from different angles. I think we all recognize this place. Very impressive indeed. The Houses of Parliament. That's kind of what I thought, right? Jabberoo Joe and the boxing, usually super shutterbugs, are meticulous note takers. Well, these are the photographs of James Valentine between 1860 and 1879, supposedly, is what the link is for this website. Yeah, so there's the Tower of London again. Okay, there's Crystal Palace. Oop, there's Big Ben. The Houses of Parliament. Isn't that Big Ben? I think that's supposed to be Big Ben. Let's have a look at the clock face on it. See, it looks like an I and a V. Good. Good for you. Oops. Oh, there we go. Well, that might be the last photo. Is it? I'm thinking that's the last photo. Oh, it is. All right. There you go. Perfect. So link in the description as well for that. That is the Wikimedia Commons for the photographs of James Valentine. And once again, a huge thank you to our friend George Prokopenko for forwarding that to me. Outstanding photos. And just, you know, a few things that we've seen before, but a lot of stuff that I had never seen before in my entire life. Ah, yes, thank you. Yes, Big Ben. They call it the Elizabeth Tower. For Elizabeth I, I'm guessing. Well, I declare shenanigans on James A.I. Valentine. Yeah, there was definitely some shenanigans in those photos for sure. And with the labeling too, right? Like it's clearly labeled at the bottom of the picture postcard, but the information on the website, they just couldn't be bothered for whatever reason. I don't know. Very strange. But the guy had the eye, if it was him. Some great photographs for sure. So yeah, links below for James Valentine himself, the Wikipedia. And then the links, well, you can portal from there to, you know, all the other stuff that we looked at, linked to Mr. Valentine and his education and training and travels. And then that wikimediacommons.org. So I'm getting ready to wind this thing down here very shortly. Let's see, did I have any other stuff that I wanted to share? I believe I do. I believe I got something pretty funny here. That Kathy, I think, did you send me this one, Kathy? I think Kathy sent me this one. But I always like to end it off with some laughs. So let's see what we've got here. This is Sean Puffy P. Diddy Combs memes, I think, is what this is. Let's have a look.
Diddy memes.
Final lubrication.
And this guy is just losing his mind. This guy's laugh is great. Oh, Kathy, you crack me up.
Sean Jeremy.
That's too much. This guy's gonna have a heart attack.
Hocus Trocus. Diddy diddy. Bang bang.
Ah, how you doing, Philip? Good to see you. Oh man, this was classic.
Dildo. Dildo Baggins. Batman and the Diddler.
The internet is full of geniuses, man. A lot of this is very similar to the stuff that our buddy Joe sends me in the emails behind the scenes, by the way. You know, I say some goofy one-off thing in a live stream, the next thing you know, he's sending me memes that he's created. I love that.
The sorest hump.
The sort of stuff. Life is like a box of something or other. You never know what you're going to get.
Freak-ended ditties. Diddle mermaid.
I can't take it. I can barely take this. This is so funny. This guy's laugh is getting me too.
Petroleum dynamite.
Okay, there it is. There you go. Too much fun. I'm sorry, I was having too much fun on that one. That was too good. Sheesh. Sheesh. Ridiculous and redonkulous. What else have I got here? Is this the one? Yeah. Oh yeah. Here, let me share this real quick too. I found a pretty neat photo. What am I doing? I'm all discombobulated now from that nonsense. I found this photo. Now I want you to picture, when you look at this picture, I want you to picture that this is how bricks and masonry and iron and steel and stone was hauled around pre-automobile and so on and so forth to build these magnificent old world structures that we look at all the time, okay? This is what they tell us this is how they got all that. This was the logistics of all that here. This is how they got the bricks and whatnot from point A to point B. Boom, here you go. Here you go. So this axle completely busted. You got a team of two, and I think they're pulling hay or some kind of feed. They're not even, this isn't even loaded up with bricks or stones. This is just, I'm guessing hay or alfalfa or something. I mean, who knows? It could be cotton. Oh no, this is Boston. But I mean, whatever it is they're hauling, just effed up this wheel right good. But don't worry, this is how we built all this massive stuff in the background, and how we got all these bricks and cobblestones to make these streets and whatnot. It was just, fellas like this with equipment like that hauling this around. But meanwhile, you can't even haul around a few bales of hay. Yeah, the horses do not look impressed at all. Fred and Ted are not happy equines at this moment. They're like, really? You're hooking us up to this shabby stuff? Meanwhile, you got electric streetcars whizzing by, but you want us to haul this around in this contraption? And this is how they tell us that they hauled marble blocks, tonnage of bricks. Oh, it's really? Oh, I'm sorry. Come on, that's fine. It's fine. Please don't be angry with me, Kathy. I couldn't resist. It was just too funny. It was just too funny. But yeah, you know what I mean? So I just thought that I mean, that's how I look at it, is, that's how they hauled around bricks and big massive stones and made of granite and marble and whatnot. But the wheel breaks off the thing, hauling around a few bales of hay or whatever's. Yeah, this is. I can't stay mad at you, Frankie. Just kidding. Phew. Good. That's dodged a bullet on there. That was a close one. Oh man. So there you go. I think on that note, I'm getting ready to wind this thing down. This thing's gone off the rails here tonight. But hey, we're just it's just fun.
You know what I mean? All right, we're having a good time.
I mean, it is what it is. But when you look at pictures like that, you can't help but think that it's just a little bit, goofy. There's definitely some shenanigans.
Well, that's just silly.
Silly, yes. Idiotic, yes.
All right, so as mentioned, coming up for the channel here, Knuckleheads episode 13 with our buddy Chris from Old World Exploration. That should be prior to this month's end. We're going to be looking at Regina, Saskatchewan, which I know is filled with some glorious and gorgeous old world structures. Got another small southern Alberta town road trip under a guy's belt. Just got back from that like 10 minutes before I went live here this evening. Cousin Vinny and I took a trip down to High River, not High Level, High River. There's another little town called High Level that also experiences flooding. Maybe their marketing department back in the day, their Chamber of Commerce should have done something about the name. Hey, we got to attract some businesses to our little town. What should we call it? How about High River? That doesn't sound good. Sounds like there's going to be problems with the water levels here. No, it'll be fine. People will love it. But anyways, look for that in the next couple of weeks once I get that edited. And that'll go up on a Friday Boots on the Ground. And I'll do that as a premiere too. So we've got a box to chat in, because that's always a good time. And then other than that, pretty much for the rest of the year and into next year, as we get back into spring, more than likely all your boots on the ground are going to be here in Calgary, because as winter comes and the snow and the ice comes a-blowing, the guy tends not to venture too far, because, minus 30 degrees, minus 40 degrees Celsius, Fahrenheit, at that point, it doesn't matter. That's cold. So, that's why I always keep a few places close by here in my back pocket so I don't have to venture too far out. I'm not sure, by the way, if I'm going to be able to get together with my coworker who also is a friend of mine and a Freemason, to do that Freemason tour, go on walkabout with a Freemason. Not sure if I'm going to be able to do that before the snow flies here. We've been trying since the late spring to get together, but he and I work, even though we work together and often our shifts overlap, we don't work the same shift. So often when he's done for the day and ready to pack her up and go home, I'm only halfway done my shift. But we're still going to try here in the next month if we can. If not, then that'll have to wait until the snow melts. Other projects in the works, a few special events and video subjects and projects working on behind the scenes. So, just kind of keep your peepers peeled here. Keep your ocular sphericals locked onto the channel here, eh, bud? Make sure you do all the stuff down there, eh? So you get the beep boop beeps with the bells and the notifyings and all the whatnots. All the stuff all the other channels ask you to do all the time. Jabrujo says, we want to see some frostbitten fingers there, Frankie. Are you crazy? You want some frostbitten fingers over here? I don't know about that now. The frostbitten fingers, it might be... I don't know if Frankie Fingers can go along with that there.
So now you know what I'm talking about with the whole New West Reset thing.
No.
What?
No.
What I said about Frankie Fingers. That Frankie Fingers and New West Reset are the same.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, she don't stand no cheating. She don't stand none of that.
And once again, as a reminder, every Wednesday, vintage footage video. Every Friday, boots on the ground. And every Sunday back here for the live show. So if you're new to the channel, thank you very much for jumping out on this freight train of shenanigans. I really, really appreciate all your support. Thanks again to all of you with the likes and the comments, and let me know how you're enjoying the uploads. I really, really appreciate all your support. And thank you to the channel supporters over at the PayPal and whatnots. Really appreciate that as well. Vaughn just got a notification. Thank you, sir. As always, you're too kind and much too generous. Oh, yeah, the other thing I wanted to share. Now I remember. Got the next t-shirt design that I'm presently getting a quote on as we speak from my local print shop right here in my neighborhood. Support your local businesses, by the way. And I know I've shown it before. I'm just going to share it again here real quick for you, because I like it. I think it's a fun one. This is from the old Toronto Municipal Railway, their horse-drawn streetcar trolley tram dealio. Shenanigans for sure on that. So yeah, looks like that's going to be the next t-shirt design with these imposing fellas. What's this guy? A pistolero? He's got some bandoliers going across his chest. What's happening with this guy? I don't know. But anyway. Wow, thank you. Vaughn says, all good, my friend. Love your content. You're basically the Canadian old world expert now. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm an expert. I've said it before and I'll say it again, though. I can sniff out some shenanigans when I tell you what. Well, yeah, I'm also getting a quote on a Schmutz hat. Probably baseball cap style hat that's going to say Schmutz across the front of it. So I'm kind of looking into that as well. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do first, but I should hear back from the print shop tomorrow or Tuesday. They're a great bunch over there, and because I've had work done over there before with the other t-shirts and so on, that I walk in now and they're like, "Hey, Frankie, well, what you got for us with crazy t-shirts there, buddy?" So yeah. Shenanadia land. That's a mouthful. I like that, though. We can get some stickers made that say that or something. I don't know. Anyway, your guy's getting ahead of himself. So there you go. Yeah, I think that is going to seal the deal here this evening or this afternoon or this morning or tonight, whatever the case may be for you, with Frankie, New West Reset, and New West Reset Live, episode 86. The photographs of James Valentine. Lovely, lovely photographs, actually. I enjoyed sharing those with you. There was some stuff I had kind of seen before, and then there was a whole schwack of new stuff that had a guy baffled and befuddled and bewildered beyond belief. So thanks again to our friend George Prokopenko for shooting that a guy's way. Thanks to all of you in the chat, in the box. Really appreciate it. Thanks for all your support. And again, thank you to everybody watching this after the fact. Let me know how you're doing. Say howdy to a guy down in the box there. Let me know how you're doing and what's happening. And until the next one, take care out there, everybody. Have yourselves a good one. All right? Thanks a lot. Cheers, everyone.
It's a mystery. It's a mystery wrapped in a riddle inside an enigma.